Hi everybody, welcome back to Coffee Culture Around the World with Sagebrush Coffee. Last lesson, we talked about Asian coffee culture, and today I want to discuss the impact that coffee has had on the beautiful and diverse islands of Oceania. Starting with Hawaii, coffee was first planted in Hawaii in the early 1800s. By the 1840s, it had become so valuable that the government accepted it as a tax payment. Coffee is grown on all of the major islands of Hawaii, but the most notable types of Hawaiian coffee are grown in Kona, a region of the Big Island. In Kona, coffee is grown on the slopes of volcanoes. It's rare and very expensive type of coffee that is usually hand-picked. The average price for a pound of green coffee anywhere else in the world is about $1.90 to $3.50, while the average price of a pound of Kona coffee is about $20. In 1970, Hawaii hosted the first annual Kona Coffee Cultural Festival in November, which is the peak harvest season. During the celebration, a Miss Kona Coffee pageant is held and a delegate is chosen to receive a scholarship and be the face of the island's coffee industry for the following year. They also host a blind cupping competition, a latte art competition, farm tours, an art stroll, a lantern parade, and a half marathon during this 10-day celebration. In addition to coffee, macadamia nuts are also often grown on the same farms as coffee in Hawaii. Because of this, Hawaiians often flavor coffee with macadamia, and in recent years they've begun to use the nut as a non-dairy milk alternative, although that was actually originally invented in Australia. Another small island territory with a big coffee culture is Tahiti. Tahiti grows coffee and vanilla crops on the same farm, similar to how Hawaii grows coffee and macadamia nuts together. Because of this, they often top their coffee with vanilla. Additionally, coconut and Tahitian honey are common coffee flavorings on the island. Another island in Oceania that not only enjoys coffee but also grows it is Papua New Guinea. The coffee plant was introduced to Papua New Guinea in the 1920s when Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee seeds were brought to the island. Papua New Guinea's coffee culture is rather exclusive. If you're living in the United States, it's a bit difficult to get your hands on coffee beans grown in Papua New Guinea. Only 10% of the country has access to the internet. Only 2% of the country's land is suitable for commercial agriculture, and it's the most linguistically diverse country in the world. This combination of circumstances makes doing international business and trade rather difficult. Nonetheless, a third of the country's population relies on the coffee industry to make a living. In addition to coffee playing a significant part in Papua New Guinea's economy, there are over 600 distinct tribes that make up the population of 8.9 million people in Papua New Guinea, and many of these tribes use coffee in their own unique ways. Lastly, for today's lesson, I want to talk a little bit about coffee culture in New Zealand. Coffee was brought to New Zealand when European settlers first arrived on the island. Although the country isn't particularly known for exporting a lot of coffee, the coffee culture on the island is flourishing. The capital city of Wellington, New Zealand has more cafes per capita than New York City, and if you've ever been to New York City, you know how impressive that statistic is. They drink and serve primarily espresso drinks and are credited for accidentally inventing the flat white in the late 1980s. A flat white is an espresso drink that looks like a combination of a latte and a cappuccino. The drink was accidentally made in 1989 by a barista named Fraser McEanes. McEanes was trying to make a cappuccino with skim milk, but failed at getting the milk to foam properly. He jokingly named the failed drink a flat white, and to his surprise, the drink caught on and his failure had become a worldwide favorite. To show off their love for coffee and other delicious treats, New Zealand hosts a chocolate and coffee festival every year in Auckland. The festival used to be just for coffee but was renamed in 2020 to unite coffee lovers and foodies alike. At this festival, vendors can rent stands to display their products. Visitors can explore the local vendors in addition to attending live demonstrations and masterclass sessions. Next lesson, we'll be venturing to South America. Make sure to stay tuned for this lesson and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Until then, I'm Kourtney and I'll see you next time.